Hi, I'm Brett Manning, and welcome to the free vocal tip of the week. Today we're going to talk about vibrato. A vibrato is that little oscillation between pitches, that little trill. So if I can start slow, and turn it into a bounce, I have vibrato. But sometimes people don't get the sensation of a spinning vibrato. They get a forced vibrato, or but it literally needs to feel like a flag waving in the wind. You blow against a flag and it goes, you feel the pulsing of air. So if you can feel a pulsing of air across your vocal cords, then you're using vibrato. Now, and you're using it correctly, because you don't want to push from your stomach and have the vibrato go at the rate of how quickly you can move your diaphragm in and out. Otherwise you have there shouldn't be a great crescendo diminuendo from pitch to pitch. And the more you get used to feeling subtlety in the change of pitch. In other words, instead of feeling which begins to wobble, and the more you feel like you're pulsing the same pitch, you're saying, Notice it's not really vibrato going this way, but going this way. So if I'm singing something more soulful, I might say, oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain. You hear the of grain. It's very purposeful. It's almost a stylistic vibrato. If I was to do an original, I might say, I must be wicked looking for a miracle, tempting God to part the sea for only me, when everything that I had longed for suddenly in front of me. See, the vibrato is so subtle, all you're hearing is me. But if it's me, wicked looking for a miracle, awful. Wicked looking for a miracle. And you can get to the point of where you hide that vibrato and bury it so much that stylistically you are so subtle, people don't know that you don't have vibrato, that they don't realize that you're not using it, or that you are using it. Because see, the thing is, for me, vibrato has to be something that's birthed for a reason. I can't just be singing vibrato to hide my uninteresting voice. You have to be interesting without it. Once you can turn a phrase and be magnificent without vibrato, then all vibrato is doing is coloring certain words. But if I'm using it all the time, wicked looking for a miracle, tempting God to part the sea for only me, I'm going to sound like an opera singer. So all you're trying to do is get that vibrato started. Once you have the vibrato started, then you can apply artistry to it. And this is in my Mastering Vibrato program for you who have it. But what I wanted to do is, whether you have it or not, give you a sort of update on a way to think about vibrato. This direction instead of this direction. If it's an up and down, feel, instead of a more linear, has to be like dropping a small pebble into a pond instead of throwing a big rock into a pond. Then the waves are, you throw a small pebble. wicked looking for a miracle. I'm for. I want to hide it. I want it to be so hidden that, again, you don't know if I'm using it or if I'm not, because the focus should never be vibrato for the listener. You should never be listening, wow, what a lot of vibrato he has, or wow, he doesn't have any vibrato. But the vibrato is a subtle color that adds to the phrase, but doesn't make the phrase.